This is the plaintiff, Keith. He says he and the defendant were close friends for 20 years, but no more. They live together in 2 different apartments. The defendant owes him money for damages and rent. He owes him money for a bond he put up when he was arrested and airline tickets too. The guy's trying to run away from him and the debt he owes, and he's here suing him for every penny of the $2,040.95 he's owed. This is the defendant, Trevor O'Connor. He says he let the plaintiff stay with him rent-free for 4 months when he relocated from Michigan to Georgia. He was his knight in shining armor, letting him live rent-free, so anything this guy is claiming in this lawsuit is more than offset by his nice hospitality in the plaintiff's time of need. How dare the plaintiff sue him after they've been friends for so long? He's accused of fouling up a friendship. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $1,200 for 4 months' rent.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. These litigants were close friends for decades until they lived together. The plaintiff says the defendant stiffed him on bail money, and the defendant says that he took the guy in when he didn't have a place. So come on. It's the case of familiarity really does breed contempt.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Keith, you've asked us to refer to you only by your first name. You're suing Trevor Eugene O'Connor, your former good friend, for $2,040.95 that you say he owes you and refuses to repay. You have a counterclaim against him for $1,200 for rent you claim he owes you and never paid. Let's talk to you first. What happened?
Well, I guess I'll start it from the first apartment.
Okay.
We lived in an apartment. It was in Marietta, Georgia. And there were damages done to the apartment, done by both parties.
Okay.
And he agreed to pay half of those damages.
Okay. And half of those damages would be $325.28.
Yes.
And you don't dispute that, correct?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So now, what were the damages that you guys did that you were both so, yeah, that's us? Just out of curiosity.
Well, he would smoke in the apartment, so the smoking within the apartment caused, the apartment smelled like smoke. So the carpet,
Kind of smoke?
Cigarette smoke.
Okay. So why would you have to pay half if it was all his fault?
We agreed.
Yeah, but why? What other damages were there?
There were holes within the wall.
How'd the holes get in the wall?
We got into an altercation.
Okay. And you two have known each other since when?
Since about 8th grade.
Goodness gracious. Okay. So now let's fast forward to the next apartment, and October 2017 comes around, and what happens?
Well, I never received an October rent payment from Trevor. So once the lease
So he failed to pay October, and then when you were saying once the lease, what? When did you guys leave that lease?
The lease was up October 31st, but we stayed about 8 days after October 31st.
So who paid November?
Well,
Nobody?
because of the situation I was in a really bad car wreck.
What happened?
He was there as well, but
What happened?
I was walking as a pedestrian on the sidewalk, and next thing I knew, I was in the hospital.
Goodness.
A car ran me over from behind and
On
drugged
the
me.
sidewalk?
On the sidewalk.
So the car veered and went onto the sidewalk?
Yeah, it plowed down the sidewalk and hit about 4 people.
You're kidding me. And did they catch the person?
There were several eyewitnesses, such as Trevor. He was there as well. And there wasn't a consistent color for the vehicle. There wasn't a consistent recognition for the license plates.
Right.
There wasn't a consistent make of the
probably
vehicle.
happened really fast, and it makes it very difficult. So he's with you when that happens, and that happens on what day?
It happened December 18th of 2016.
Oh, my
The lease
goodness.
was up.
In October of 2017.
Yes.
All right. So then you guys stay a few days into November. Nobody pays the landlord for November. Did you pay October?
No, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Well, that takes care of October. And then, according to you, his half of the utilities are $118.12, $81.17, And now, do you have proof that you were charged a late fee of $150?
Yes.
Okay, let me see those two things. And now, it appears that you guys had a bit of a falling out, correct? Mm-hmm. Why would you say that happened?
Honestly, I think it was a little more because of the accident. Just after the accident, things wasn't the same between the friendship.
And that's the
Why though? You didn't plow him over on the sidewalk?
I didn't, but Keith kind of felt as if with me being there, I should have got more information on the vehicle. So like I said, after the accident, everything just wasn't the same just because I didn't have that information. I wasn't able to help him find the person that did.
You think he was mad at you for that?
Yeah.
Did he ever say so? Why would you conclude that?
He did.
Oh,
He did admit that he felt a certain type of way because I didn't get that information and wasn't able to help as much.
You know, it happens very quickly. I mean, you know, some people are observant. Some people, that's not their first, you know, their first thing is to panic about your welfare.
That's exactly what it was, Your Honor. Actually, when it happened, I was so in shock. My first thing was make sure my friends was okay and then go from there.
So somebody explain this to me. Why is it that really good friends, when they move in together, end up hating each other a lot?
They find out who they really are living with.
So you could be good friends with somebody and not know them until you live with them.
Yes.
You buy that?
Yes, because I believe you need your own personal space. So if you're with someone for a long amount of time in a room, you don't really get that.
So when you know somebody really well, you end up hating them?
Yes.
Oh, okay. You're the tiebreaker.
Yeah, same thing what she said. It's basically like you don't really know who you're living with. So yeah.
You guys got friends?
Yes.
Don't move in with them. You're going to hate them going inside the courtroom.
All right, now, apparently you put up a bond for him?
Yes.
Okay, what were you arrested for?
I was actually speeding on my motorcycle. So
You were arrested for speeding?
Yes, ma'am.
That's what you were charged with, speeding.
Well, my license was suspended, so.
Oh, yeah. Oh, see, that's a different crime. We call that driving with a suspended license.
Yes, ma'am.
That's what you were arrested
Yes,
for.
ma'am.
Because there are states that actually make speeding illegal if it's over a certain amount. All right, so you post his bond?
Yes.
Okay. And then what happened with that case?
It's still pending. I'm still working with the lawyer with that case.
Do you have a warrant out for your arrest on that case?
No, ma'am.
Did you ever have a warrant out?
No, ma'am.
Did you ever fail to appear in court?
No, ma'am.
Okay, what made you decide that you wanted to, and did you move away?
Yes.
Where'd you move to?
Michigan with my aunt and father.
Okay, that's your what?
My aunt LaShawn.
She's your aunt?
Yeah, she looks really good, I know.
Wow. All right, so you move away, and then you flew from Michigan to Georgia to get your name off the bond. Why?
He had a warrant issued out for his arrest.
Okay, what evidence do you have of that?
I was not able to retrieve the evidence from the court because I would have to be there in person.
So you decide that you want your name off the bond? Mm-hmm. And so you fly to Georgia, and so you want $401.38 reimbursed to you for your flight to Georgia, then $315 money paid to remove my name from the bond. How did you even get your name? I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know you could get your name removed from a bond. I've been in the criminal courts forever. I had no idea that there's a thing like you surrender the guy. You say, I'm out. This guy's a flight risk. I'm no longer, but not. Hey, you know what? I'm no longer going to be a surety on your bond to the bondsman. That's why I don't understand what happened. What ended up happening with your bond?
I was very shocked. Actually, the bondsman came to my job while I was at work and arrested me. Took me to jail.
Oh, he did?
He did arrest me. Took me to jail.
And you want him to pay you to reimburse you for that? What possessed you to do that? You say somebody told you on the phone there'd been a warrant. And you have no evidence of that. And you deny there was ever a failure to appear on your part.
Not at all.
So the bondsman, wait, oh my gosh. And you guys have known each other since 8th grade? So what do you think? He goes through this effort to fly in to make sure you get arrested. Okay? Why would he do all that to you?
Honestly,
just because you didn't see the license plate of the car that hit him?
That's
I mean, there's got to be something more.
I feel like that's exactly it, Your Honor. Like I said, we've been cool since middle school. We never really got into arguments.
Did you have to pay his October rent in order to stay there? You paid it?
Yes.
So maybe it's because you stiffed him on October rent. Do you think maybe?
Not that,
No.
even with that.
Even with the half of the damages for the apartment that he paid for you.
Even with the damages for the apartment, Your Honor, that wasn't completely me. Like I said, it was both of us, but also...
You agree that you agreed to pay half and then never did, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, okay. That's good enough for you? It's good enough for me. I am not going to slice and dice which fists went through the wall, okay? I find in your favor, Keith, in the amount of $1,324.57, which is the half of the damages to the first apartment and the bills for the last month for the last apartment that he did not pay you. I am not finding in your favor for the airline tickets and the money paid to remove your name from the bond. That was something you chose to do and nobody needs to reimburse you for it. You have a counterclaim against him for $1,200 for rent from, you say it's 2015, you say it's 2013 when you moved down. And the answer on that is no, because that wasn't a contractual obligation to pay you. According to you, you were letting him do it as a favor, so you don't get to sue for that now all these many years later. That's my judgment. Good luck, folks, and I hope you get speedily better.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So the plaintiff prevails for a little over $1,300. Mr. O'Connor, the defendant's just come out of the courtroom. You know, what about this friendship? Is it over? I mean, I gather there's not much left now at this point. Huh?
I just hope he feels better. Everything gets better for the rest of his life there. No hard feelings. It is what it is, and we're going to keep moving from here.
Do you communicate with him at all?
Not at this point, but I'm sure in the future, like I said, we'll be okay.
You sure?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's good. Cool glasses.
Thank you.
Okay, good for you. All right. Sorry you didn't win the case. All right, Mr. Keith, you're smiling. You feeling good?
I'm feeling really great. I'm really excited that I live in a country where justice can be served. I didn't receive the full settlement. I'm fine with that. But, you know, one nation under God for liberty and justice for all.
Well, good for you.
Listen to me. I told him never to fly there
You did?
to do it. I said never fly, and you didn't get the money for the ticket, but that's okay. Justice was served. You got the money for the other stuff.
Well, good for you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, this is the oldest line in the book, Doug. Somebody owes money and says, well, I did you this and that, I did you favors and we're even. You can't say we're even. If you owe money to somebody, you have to pay them, and all the other stuff you did, totally separate.